Hello, this is Swan from You.i TV, and today I'm going to show you how to create a PNG sequence animation in After Effects for your application. So you can see I've got a loader animation here, a looping animation that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and preview it, and you'll see that it isn't quite working. And the reason is that I'm using trim paths, and trim paths are not supported. And I really want to use this animation for my application, so I'll have to use a PNG sequence in order to create this kind of effect. So in order to do that, I'm going to change the work area so it just is for the duration of my animation, this 30 seconds or 30 frames of the looping animation. So I'm going to export my animation in the render queue, and I'm going to select the output settings, and I'm going to change this from QuickTime to PNG sequence. And also you'll see in the channel options, I'll change that to RGB plus alpha, because we want the alpha value incorporated into the render. And now I'm just going to render out the frames of my animation. So you can see I've got the looping rendering. And now I'm going to go back into my project panel. I'm going to duplicate the original animation and create one for my PNG sequence, or specifically for the frames of the PNG sequence. And I'll also create an assets folder. In the assets folder, I'm going to import in the frames that I just rendered out. So you can see I have all the frames of my animation here. And now I'll go into the composition I made for my PNG sequence. I'm going to delete those original shape layers I was using. And I'm going to place my frames, my rendered frames, into my composition. I'm going to reduce their duration down to a single frame, because for the individual frames, we only need them to be displayed for one frame. And I'm going to put them to the beginning of my loop timeline, my loop marker, and I'm going to sequence the layers. So now you can see from the index value, they are sequencing from the lowest index value to the highest index value. You can see the animation actually kind of playing as I drag my scrubber bar along. You can see they're all ordered from first to last. So what I'm going to do now is just extend the duration of this last frame out a little bit. And I'm going to go down to the first frame. I'm going to extend its duration out to the very start, the 0 point of time on my timeline. And now when I preview this, you can see we have the looping animation going. It's a little quick. I may want to slow that down, but that is how you use a PNG to create a looping animation. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.